Pitched very, very well in the second half. 11-2 in the second half.
There's that curtain. An easy target for left-handed hitters. Smith swings, hits it into left field for Gladden, and he makes the catch. That's the way this one starts. Is right-handed. Atlanta pitching left-handed. And the first two have been retired, and the woes for Pendleton continue.
Fork ball here.
And Gant hits it to third, and Elias goes low, but Herbeck digs it out. Down in order, Atlanta. 1/2 inning, and no score. There's Tommy Glavine, who's going to do the pitching for the Braves tonight. And the likely Cy Young Award winner pitching to Dan Gladden. 0 for 2 last night with 2 walks. Pops it up on the first one. Lemke going out, struggling to find it. Here comes the right fielder. It drops. Two on and nobody out. An error and a walk. And Knobloch's at-bats are perfect.
Sinkers and a lot of ground balls. He hopes it's at somebody.
Runners are going. And a ground ball to Pendleton. Steps on third, bounces it to first, 2 out. Pendleton ran right into the play, covering because Gladden was running. He had that long throw and took advantage of the turf. Chili Davis launches one. 2-0, Minnesota.
A lot of back-breaking this inning.
I'll say. Harper had 2 hits last night. Now he walks. And there's no other way to describe it. Tom Glavine is having a tough postseason after the Braves went down in order. Back up the middle. Good play by Lemke and a force out. One swing did all the damage in the Minnesota first. Presence of Kevin Tapani. David Justice leads it off. Had a hit last night and gets one tonight. Shane Mack holds him to 1 base. I said earlier, Tim, you might as well go up swinging against Kevin because he's in the strike zone. Justice stole 9 bases during the season. Bream hits one fair past third. How far can the runners go? It'll be a double. Second and third, nobody out. Those are the tying runs. A little cue shot. Double for Bream. They had a little luck earlier in the last half inning on the double play, and a good break there, and the batter is Hunter. Ryan skies it into right field, and that'll get a run home, and both runners tag. It's 2-1, and I'm surprised that Sid Bream, of course, he has that bad knee, didn't try to move up a bit.
Yeah, but he's almost apologizing to third base coach Jimmy Williams. You're really on your own in a situation like that.
To the shortstop, Gagne. 2 out. Well, I wonder where the infield would have been playing if Bream had been at third base 1 out.
I would never know because he wasn't there.
Tapani almost out of the inning. Caught the corner, gets his second strikeout. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left for Atlanta. They trail 2-1. Games for Glavine while he was still in the game. the third walk from Tom Glavine. That's unusual for him. And a leadoff walk to the left-handed batter. Behind on the count, 3-1 here. Double play ball. They get one, and that's the second Atlanta double play of the evening. And that's what comes when you don't start that runner. There was a scene last night. Here's a chance for Belliard. A leadoff walk, but the Twins do not score. And after 2-1 Minnesota. To the second baseman, Knobloch.
Ahead in the count, crowding guys and moving the ball around, but strike one is the biggest pitch in any count.
Off the glove of Leyes, probably an error, and Lonnie Smith runs the bases with one out. It is an error. 1 on, 1 out. And to center field for Puckett. Camps under it. 2 out. Well, whenever you come to Minnesota, you think of a former great. Smith is going. And a hit to left by Gant. And Lonnie's trying. They're going to get him perhaps. He's safe. And now Gant gets back to first, and he's out.
I don't know, Jack. It looked like Herbeck pulled him off the bag. I think the Braves have a legitimate complaint right here. Ken Herbeck makes the tag, and watch the momentum of Herbeck pull Gant off the bag. He pulls him off the bag. I think that's a bad call right there.
Pushed him off from that from up here. We really can't tell. That's going to be up to the umpire's judgment to make that kind of call.
And Gladden strikes out to start the third. And that is the very first strikeout for Tommy Glavine.
The look that we saw on television, he deliberately got his foot off that base.
Knobloch hits one to Lemke. And that's the second out here in the home third.
That's the way I saw it. I don't think there was any pushing. I think there was pulling. I believe that Ron Gant had control of the bag.
And a strikeout is the second in the game for the Atlanta hurler, who's retired 5 in a row. Now we played 3, 2-1 Twins. Into left for Gladden. Easy, 1 out. Every time you look up, Tim, Tapani is ahead on the count.
Strike one, strike one. Tapani with only 18 solo homers against him this year.
That ball chased by 2 people and caught by Gladden. That was a heck of a play. There was a fair ball, and there are 2 out. To Leyes. Down in order of the Braves. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Twins lead it by 1. Good play by Lemke. And a good throw for the out. 6 in a row by Tommy Glavine. Pendleton with a long throw to make. On target, 2 outs, 7 in a row retired. Glavine certainly has settled down.
The first Texas Ranger to win a batting crown in the history of that franchise.
You're out, says Harry Wendelset. Second strikeout for Glavine. He has set down 8 in a row. We played 4 innings. It's 2-1 Twins. Had a hit last night. Hits it into the gap, and it is going to be a base hit. Olsen will cruise into second base with a leadoff double. He had that one smack between the outfielders.
It'd be risky to bunt right here with Belliard on deck, unless you plan on pinch hitting for Belliard.
Well, he did pull the ball and move the runner over to third with 1 out.
That was just a decoy when he squared around to bunt. The Twins didn't bite, and they played their infield straight away. Fastball away.
Into right field, and it probably will tie the game. Olsen tags. The throw by Mack, and it's a tie game. 2-2. And 2 out.
Payback, it looked like Greg Olsen.
Now Lonnie Smith hits one to Shane Mack. 1 run, 1 hit. We're going into the bottom of the 5th, and we are deadlocked at 2. He has struck out 3 in this game and walked 3. Herbeck hits it right at Justice. 9 in a row. He hasn't pitched since last Monday. For the center fielder Gant to figure out. 2 out and 10 in a row. That's 11 in a row by Glavine. That's his 4th strikeout. We'll return to the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome after this message and a word from your local station. Pendleton, Gant, and Justice here in the Atlanta 6th inning. Base hit for Atlanta.
Let's look at the 2 key plays of this game. After Kirby Puckett grounded into a double play, plus you need the acceptance of the Players Association. That's another stumbling block.
Oh, yeah. Runner at first, nobody out, and Gant pops it into short center, and Puckett's right there. 1 out. Made him hit that ball with 1 hand.
So they're trying for that again tonight, hoping they'll
Offend to 2.
offend to 2.
Justice was jammed, and the play goes to second for the 2nd out, and a good play by the shortstop. And Pendleton went after the shortstop. Gagne 2 out. There are 2 gone. Justice going, and 1 to Knobloch in short right. Out at first, and Atlanta is left 3. Bottom of the 6th. We're tied at 2.
0-1 average.
Up the middle, and Lemke. Close play. Got him! What a wonderful play. Quick release for the 1st out here in the 6th.
You look at a play like this, and you wonder if the ball touched the glove.
Pendleton. 2 out. 13 in a row. There are 2 gone. Well, Kirby Puckett is 0 for 6 in the series. And if Belliard does his job, he's 0 for 7. We have played 6, and we're tied 2 apiece. He threw out the first pitch last night. His wife is to his right. And a strikeout for Kevin Tapani. His 3rd. And he gets rid of a big threat there, and Brian Hunter. To Gagne. And 2 out.
The regular season, for those of you who do or do not know, used to be 154 games. Houston and the New York Mets expanded to the National League. I guess what Fay Vincent was talking about, maybe going back to the old days.
Here is Lemke stroking it to left, and that was a quick inning for Kevin Tapani. 7th inning stretch night. We've got a good one going here, and we're tied at 2. 2 balls and a strike. To Pendleton, fair ball. Low, and Bream helped him out. That's 15 in a row.
You have 2 first basemen here tonight, Ken Herbeck and Sid Bream.
And Glavine. Harper gets a hit with 1 out. Only the 2nd hit for Minnesota. He got Herbeck. 6 strikeouts for Tommy Glavine. 1 hit and 1 left for the Twins. They've left 2. We played 7. 2-2 game.
And the question is, did Ken Herbeck?
This is a base hit for Belliard. A bunt single to start the 8th. With a count 1-2. A bunt single by Belliard.
Boy, did that take everybody by surprise. Scott Leas, Ken Herbeck. Did Herbeck pull Ron Gann off the bag? That's a key play in this game thus far.
Now let's see if Lonnie Smith is bunting. He is, and he did it well. Second baseman takes the throw. Sacrifice good. 3-4. And now close at first. He is safe. And it's 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Always said Pendleton had a bad foot, but he certainly hustled down the line. Out of 131 double play situations. Pops it up, foul. And there is a play. Pendleton tags, goes halfway to 2nd. And the runner has to stay at 3rd, 2 out. Into left for Gladden. He's right there. Inning's over. What a chance the Braves had, and they let it get away. They've left 5, and we're still tied in the bottom of the 8th. But not so. We're tied 2-2. And the batter is Scott Leas. And he corks one into left field. Back at the track is Hunter, and it's gone! Here's Gagne off the foot of Glavine. He might try for 2. He comes back with a long single. 2 pitches, 2 hits. Minnesota leading 3-2. That was only their 4th hit of the night.
You remember the top of the ball game.
They switch off and Gladden pops it up. Center fielder Gant has it.
Sometimes when a team gets out of a tough situation, as everybody in the lineup but Ken Herbeck.
They call a balk. That's what I talked about on the previous throw over there.
Tommy Glavine shaking his head as though he agrees with Drew Coble. It appeared to be on the high kick. Did his right leg go behind? Yep, it did. The right heel went behind the left leg. And when that happens, you're committed to go to.
Peter's second baseman. Runner to third. 2 out. 0 for 3 tonight for Knobloch. And now these Twins fans want something from the next batter with Gagne at third, 2 out. So there's 20-game winner. Belliard makes a magnificent play to keep it a 1-run game. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left. The Twins have left 3. Scott Leas. On the corner, strike 2.
And he continues to carry a softball in his car for that purpose, so he can throw that pitch.
He gets Bream. He gets Bream for the first down in the ninth. One out, nobody on base in the ninth, and a 2-2 count on Brian Hunter. Pop fly to center, and Puckett has to play it for a base hit. That is the 8th hit for Atlanta. The tying run's on. There's John Smoltz. He'll be pitching on Wednesday. Tying run at first. That's Hunter. 1 out, 2-2 to Greg Olson.